We are basically dopamine zombies right now. It is pretty fucking scary. Now, for those of you who are new to this channel, you're probably sat here wondering, why is there a guy sat in a golf shirt talking to me about dopamine? But it's all gonna make sense. Just stick through this video. So I run multiple businesses online, and recently I picked up the hobby of playing golf. Now, golf is great. You get to walk around outside for several hours. You get to talk to your mates. You get to play against yourself in a really fun game. And, you know, you just get to go out and have a laugh, get some exercise in whilst catching some sun and hopefully getting a suntan, although I am whiter than a polar bear. But this is where my problem has started to occur. So I've been playing golf for about a month now. And it has slowly, like I'm sure everyone else who's ever played golf, has started to take over my life. Whenever I'm in the shower, I'm thinking about golf. Whenever I lay in bed, I'm thinking about golf. Whenever I'm driving my car, I'm thinking about golf. And this is a major, major problem, and I want to explain to you why. Prior to golf, all I would think about was my agency, was my business, was making money online and building something up for the future. And it's only over the last couple of days where I've zoomed out and I've realized that golf is starting to overtake those thoughts. But why is it doing that? It's not as if I'm some fucking professional golfer. It's not as if I'm doing it all day long every single day. But the reason why it's doing it, and it all makes sense now, is because it is instant dopamine. It is the easiest place for me to get dopamine. I've banned all social media apps from my phone. I don't really succumb to any sort of temptations when it comes to watching stupid videos online or anything like that. But golf has managed to creep itself into my life and trick my brain into thinking that it is all I need. Now, let me explain to you how this works. We are essentially primates still. Our brain works in a way that we still don't fully understand. But one thing we do understand is it wants easy dopamine hits. It wants to feel good. It doesn't like pain. It doesn't naturally like working hard at things and having to put in a shit ton of effort to get a level of satisfaction back. It doesn't align with our actual goals. You know, my brain's not sat there thinking, I'm going to let Liam do everything that he wants to become the best entrepreneur that he can be. It's not doing that. It's sat there going, monkey want banana to make monkey happy. And then monkey does that because he thinks that his brain runs his fucking body, when it kind of does, but at the same time it doesn't. You have to understand that we haven't evolved to our modern day society. And for our brain, this is amazing because it gets so many easy dopamine hits every single day. Now, some would say golf is actually destroying my business right now, and I'm going to explain to you why. But the same also applies for those of you that are playing video games. Back in the day when I was like 15 years old, I would rag World of Warcraft like crazy. I would play it non-stop. I'd get home from school. I'd be thinking about it all day at school. I'd go to bed thinking about World of Warcraft. I'd play it from, 4 p.m. all the way up until 10 p.m. before I went to bed. It's all I could think of. And it brought me so much joy. But did it really bring me joy, or was it just fulfilling my dopamine sensors and just loading me up on dopamine? So every time I logged in and every time I run around a village killing a monster or a pig, I'd get super excited. Every time I'd level up, massive dopamine hit. I was just overflowing with dopamine. And this was a time when social media wasn't really a thing. This was like baby days of Facebook. This is when it just started coming out. And obviously I didn't know anything about dopamine back then. Otherwise I probably would have changed it. But what happened is it gave me no energy to do anything else. Every single waking minute of my day was focused and allocated towards World of Warcraft. I would always be thinking about how could I get into this dungeon, or how could I get this piece of armor, or how could I buy this new horse mount to let my character ride around on. Like, so fucking lame when you think about it now, but great game by the way. But obviously I didn't know any better back then. So we have to understand that all of these things that take up our time, that we naturally get like obsessed with almost, is because of our brain seeking the dopamine that it provides. I've got so many friends that sit there vaping all day long. That's because they're succumbing to the dopamine of taking that hit on that vape. It's not because they're obsessed with blueberry truffle fucking whatever flavor it is. That's irrelevant. It's the fact that they are getting that dopamine hit of having that hit from that vape. Same with smokers, same with people that are drinking. It's that easy way out that people always naturally fall into, because that is what our brain wants to do. It doesn't want to work hard for things. It doesn't want to put in that long and grinding effort to get to an end goal that we've set ourselves. All it wants is an easy life that is pain-free. Now, right now, we are all dopamine zombies. And if you can't control this, this is going to destroy any chances of you having any success online. Now, let me explain how this works and why this is destroying your entire life, if I'm being honest. So, as a content creator, I am constantly battling dopamine. I'm looking at my YouTube analytics. I'm looking at Instagram followers. I'm looking at TikTok followers, view counts, everything, all of that good stuff. And it is just getting me to a point where I just find myself flicking between Discord, email, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, just checking analytics all day long because my brain is like, boom, dopamine, 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 dopamine. But little do I know, until I sit back and go, fucking what am I doing? I need to actually focus and do some work here. I don't realize I'm even doing it. And I feel like a lot of you guys are probably in the same situation. You probably find yourself reaching for your mobile phone whenever you can because you're just checking. You just unlock your phone, see what's going on. Maybe you're going to Instagram, sit there for 20 minutes just mindlessly scrolling on TikTok or Instagram. And it's just like, what are you doing? You're a zombie. You need to snap out of it. You're letting your brain take over. I was at the gym the other day and I was sat behind a guy, no word of a lie, and he's watching reels of people in the gym talking about going to the gym. I sat there for like 20 minutes whilst I was on the bench watching him just sit there watching these reels. And I'm like, fuck, we are actually screwed. Everything that is on social media has been designed to capture our attention and lock us into that dopamine loop. You know, I speak to so many content creators and they're like, yeah, what you need to do is every 1 second or even half a second, change the image at the start of the video because then that captures the attention of someone because, you know, their attention span is usually about 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds long on a new reel video. And I'm just like, what? Why do I want to create content like that? Why do I want to change me as a person and the value that I'm trying to bring to people just for the sake of capturing your attention and making you sit there and watch my whole video? Like, if I was to do that, that is just me purely taking everything human out of the content that I produce and just making it so that you're just a view machine where I'm just trying to print cash off of you. And it's just disgusting. It's just like, it puts me off using social media entirely. I don't actually like creating short form content because it's a whole new ball game. I just have to just lower myself to be this person who's like just trying to trap any attention that I can, and I don't want to do it. And that's me coming from a perspective as a creator. So if you are sitting on Instagram and TikTok all day and you're trying to build a business, you're probably sitting there telling yourself, you know, I need to research, I need to do this. And your brain's going to love you for that because it's going to keep getting that dopamine hit. But the reality is, for you to actually retain focus and for you to actually have energy to create a business and work on a business, you need to have mental clarity. You need to remove any distractions that you have. Going back to the beginning of the video where I'm speaking about golf, I'm finding that golf is starting to take over where all I'm thinking about is golf. And I know that is detrimental because before all I was thinking about was business and building my agency. So I don't think it's going to take me long to get back to that. It's just a matter of me taking a step back and just identifying the issue and taking note of it so that I know that, you know, when my brain is saying, oh, we should go play golf, or oh, we should watch a video on golf right now, I know it is just hunting for that dopamine. And we need to be in control of that. I feel like a lot of people are not in control of that. And maybe some people don't want to be in control of that because they like sitting on the sofa for 2 hours a day scrolling through TikTok. I'm telling you now, it is killing you, and future generations are fucked because the content that is being produced is solely designed to suck the life out of you and just make you consume. So it wouldn't be a valuable video if I wasn't going to give you some actual steps that you could take that could potentially help you. Now, like I said, I have kind of refrained from using my phone and kind of don't want to go on TikTok or Facebook or Instagram anymore. So what I've done is I've installed an app called Opal, and what Opal does, it essentially bans these social media apps for a certain amount of time every single day. So that gives me an opportunity to solely focus on work during the day, and then at 6 p.m. every day for a couple of hours, it then opens up these apps for me to use where I can then, you know, upload if I want to or schedule a couple of posts. I actually haven't been doing it in the last few days. You find that once you stop and break out of these dopamine habits, it only takes 2 or 3 days for you to come back to reality and normal, and you're just like, oh shit, I was getting consumed by this fucking mobile phone for the last 3 months, and that's probably why I feel like shit and super tired and no energy. And then you'll find yourself coming back to becoming normal again. So first things first, if I was you, if you're finding yourself sitting there watching TikTok videos and Instagram videos all day long, or even YouTube videos for that matter, you need to remove that. Take a detox, step away for a couple of days, delete the apps if you have to, lock away your phone. I'm sure you're not doing anything that crazy important where someone needs to be in contact with you 24 hours a day. So start removing it. And I've had comments before when I've mentioned this where people have been like, oh, Liam, you don't have enough discipline to control yourself to not go on Instagram. Mate, you don't have a fucking enough discipline to control yourself going on Instagram. Stop lying to yourself. If you're sitting there saying, oh, I never go on that shit, good for you. But there are people that do. And this video is for you. It's an ongoing battle. It's still something that I'm going to be challenged with all the time. I'm super compulsive and obsessive when I find something that I love. Now, this has both been an amazing thing for business, but also when golf comes into my life, this has clearly been a bit of a downer for me because I've now moved my attention and started to become obsessive over golf. So now I realize that I'm going to take a step back, realign my focus, and then become obsessive over business again. It's not going to take me long. It's going to be very simple. You know, you are in control of your brain. You need to create discipline in your life where you can start to actually run your body rather than your body running you, if that makes sense. So like, rather than your brain running you, you control your brain. Like, you are the driver at the end of the day, and only you have the potential to know exactly what's going on in your life so you can make the changes when and where you need them. You need to figure this out. You really, really need to figure this out. I've definitely been in these battles for a few years now. And like I said, even in my teens playing World of Warcraft, I just never knew this battle was even going on. But now I do understand the battle is going on. I have been making changes. I've tried to align myself so that my weeks are optimized, my weeks are efficient, I get work done, and I start to enjoy the work. Because rather than my brain seeking dopamine from tasks that are easy, well, if I only surround myself with tasks that are somewhat difficult, but lead my business into a better place, then my brain is actually going to start seeking dopamine from that. And even thinking about it, I've kind of stopped listening to podcasts that I used to listen to and picking up books as much. And over the last couple of weeks, that's because golf is taking the attention. So just think about it. It's something to consider. If there's something that you sit there and think about all day long, something that you lay in bed at night thinking about, or whenever you're in the shower, think about it. Are you thinking about that because it's part of your bigger plan? Or is your brain thinking about that because it wants the dopamine hits? I'll leave it with you. You decide, mate. But take action on this video. Make sure you go and delete those social media apps because that is melting your brain. You do not need to be watching TikToks. You do not need to be watching Instagram Reels to make a business or create something for yourself. So get the fuck off those. Like, just do it, please, please, please. It's been the biggest game changer for me. And yeah, don't be a zombie. Join the free Telegram link down below. I post on that every single day. It's kind of like my diary. You get a little bit more of an insight into my life. If you like this style of video, smash a like on the video. This is really just a rambling of a madman who is obsessed with golf. So hope you enjoyed. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.